Okay, my name is Stan Hazen. I'm here doing a demo for Kitchener and Rocky's Harley-Davidson on some slow speed maneuverability. I hear a lot of people say they have trouble at slow speeds. Out on the highway, yeah, it's a little simpler to ride. You're riding a bike on the highway. Slow speed maneuvers is where a lot of people have trouble. Pulling into parking lots, their bike falls over, they're not comfortable at slow speeds. The trick to that is, you have to have drive to the back wheel at slow speeds. If you pull into a parking spot or a gas station, you have your clutch sucked all the way in, you're riding the bike slow, once you get down to a crawl, the bike's going to fall over. You need drive to the rear wheel. This Harley will do whatever you tell it, but you have to have drive to that back wheel. So if you have the clutch out, what we call the gray area, a little bit of drive to the back wheel, cover your rear brake, a little bit of rear brake, not much, just enough that you can feel it. You have to have 12 to 1700 RPM. You can turn these Harleys on a dime. The minute you pull that clutch in at low speed in a turn, the bike's going to fall over. It has to fall over. You told it to fall over. You put in the clutch, there was no drive to the back wheel, the motorcycle says, well, I have no drive, it's time to lay down. And a lot of you's experienced it, the bike falls over. So it's a puzzle. There's 4 parts of this puzzle. You need the gray area of the clutch. That's just when the clutch is engaged. You're not slipping the clutch. That's where the clutch is just starting to engage. You need throttle. You can't do it at idle, the bike will stall. A little bit of rear brake, light rear brake, and eye lead. Eye lead is so important. A lot of you have gone into curves. You have to look where you want to go. If you go into a curve, and if you're looking at the tree on the side of the curve, your bike goes there like a magnet. You have to look. So if you're in a slow speed maneuver and you want to turn your bike, you have to physically look where your bike wants to go. If you look at the front wheel and there's pylons or there's some gravel or rocks and grass you don't want to hit, I guarantee you, if you look at that, your bike will go there every time. So when you're doing a turn on your bike, a slow speed maneuver, you have to have your throttle, rear brake, clutch, eye lead. So if you want your bike to turn at low speeds, look where you want to go. Look back. I'm going to give you a demo over here in the cones so you'll be able to see. I'm going to show you what happens when you don't look where you want to go, how big your turns get. And I'm going to show you when you start to look where you want to go, how your bike actually will turn sharp. All right. Okay, all right. I'm sure you noticed in that video that I looked where I wanted to go. Every time this bike moved, left or right, you saw my head go over my shoulder. If I wanted to go right, I looked right. If I wanted to go left, I went left. Eye lead is so important. I had drive to the back wheel. I had 12 to 1700 RPM. I had a little bit of rear brake. Eye lead, eye lead, eye lead. Eye lead is so important. You saw it in the video. This bike will go where you look. If you look to the left, your bike will go. If you look straight ahead and peek down at the cones, you're like a magnet, you'll hit them. Keep your chin up, look back. Have 4 parts of the puzzle. Try this in a parking lot. Start out with big figure 8s. Don't. When we do this at the college, it takes 80 hours to get the guys confident on these slow speed cars. So don't think you're going to go out on day 1 and start turning around with 2 parking spots. Pick a parking lot where there's no cars, where there are parking lot markers. Make big figure 8s. Start practicing your eye lead. Tighten it up as you go, but do not go in there and try to think you're going to turn really, really tight turns. It takes practice. It takes practice, practice, practice. I lead, I lead, I lead. That'll get you through. All right?